I'm Philip Neimark, the founder of the IFA Foundation International. I'd like to welcome you to our first iteration of the weekly Ifascope for the year 2015. This is going to be a very important year for us. It's not going to be a year that you say, wow, that's incredible, but it's going to be a year where if you listen to what it is we have to say, you're going to find a more impactful, you're going to find a more usable, and you're going to find a more comfortable way of dealing with the Orisha. I know that's a mouthful, but it nevertheless is true. You see, we've hit one of those bumps in the road, as it were, and what it is one of those times in our manifesting the differences in people and the internet, etc., that change is taking place. You see, you cannot stay stagnant in what you're doing here. All energy, moves. It may be basically the same, but it expresses in different ways. And this energy is no exception to that rule. So, while we once were the first, people that ever had a website, the first people that had a not-for-profit foundation, the first people, that initiated people regardless of their gender, etc., 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 all that for purposes that are just manifest, no longer have any real meaning. Because what's happened is we have an entire group of people that surf the internet, that constantly are looking at, what's happening, where's it going, what's it doing, maybe I'll try a little of this, maybe I'll try a little of that. And frankly, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because there is no theme to what they're doing. There is no sense of purpose to what they're doing. And we are going to attempt to bring that purpose back to you. I know it's a mouthful, and it's not going to be, an epiphany that it's going to make itself, felt immediately. But you're going to see, as the weeks, go into months, the changes that take place, the changes in you, the changes in your attitude, the changes in your own empowerment, the changes in your feeling towards community, towards those people that matter to you. And all in all, it's going to work out to be a really, really grateful and wonderful experience. This week we have a great Odu. It's a Rosu no B, but the Odu unfortunately comes EB. When I say it's a great Odu, it's an Odu that actually solves all the problems. But you see, like all problems, or like all things which we have to deal with, it's how we handle them that makes the difference. It's how we perceive them that makes the difference. So, it's up to you to perceive them correctly and to act upon them that way. Basically, we should have clear thinking, and on the temporal everyday side, and on the emotional spiritual side, it should be a whole, burgeoning experience of new opportunities and new, things to try, and new experiences for us in doing our abodes and in doing what we have to offer. And by the way, let me make this clear. It's going to be a necessity now, an absolute necessity, to interact with the Orisha that we're talking about. Right now, it's going to be the Orisha Oshun, and that's what's off path. But the idea of turning that and moving it this way to get it on path is worth doing. Your empowerment is going to be incredible. And the issue here is your health. And that is not something that should be problematic. That's something that should be locked in. Without health, there's nothing. You have to keep everything in the range of importance. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. All right. So when it assumes or says that this could negatively impact our health, it's something that we must give tremendous amount of thought to. The best energy for making this coalesce into something meaningful for us is to take the Oshun, take the Abo, and to switch up our energy to the following. We should be giving, on the temporal, everyday side, some positive change to our lives. And yet, we're hesitant to do that. And on the emotional, spiritual side, we should be ready for all of the, great opportunities that exist. But like all opportunities, they come as a double-edged sword. They come as a way of, one, being the short-term opportunity, and let's grab it, and let's take advantage of it, and let's run with it for a month or 2 months, and then stub our toe and start over. Or long-term thinking, long-term manifestations, long-term best interests, where we take ourselves, our family, our community, all these things into consideration before we choose our opportunities. So, right now, we're dealing with Oshun and health. And Oshun wants health. Oshun wants us to be joyous, wants us to, fill in the blanks, as it were. It wants us to quit, scrambling to make things work and to begin to see that our life indeed works in a very obvious fashion. It's going to become more obvious to you in the future, by the way. And it's going to take a little bit of honey. What you're going to want to do is take down Oshun, if you're lucky enough to have Oshun, light a tea candle, a glass of cool water, and give honey to her. And in the process of doing this, you want to give some very serious prayer, some singular prayer, to giving you the opportunity, the way to do this best for yourself, to switch into the long term from the short term, to leave the short term behind you, and to go for those things which are going to make you manifestly happier and more productive and more loving and more everything. So, who could help you more? Oshun. Give her the honey. Feel the honey. Let it seep in. Let it permeate your very existence. And after it does, all things will begin to get better. Until next time, love and blessings.